Today we are at the Swan and Dolphin Resort, more specifically the Dolphin, to check out a brand new happy hour at Todd English's Blue Zoo and to finally try the Birria tacos from Rosa Mexicano. Are these places worth checking out on your next trip to Disney World? Let's go find out. Just the other day, I saw that a popular happy hour spot is back after disappearing in 2020. The menu sounds super interesting with crab nachos, oysters, flatbreads, and more. So I definitely wanted to come check it out. I've also heard a lot of great things about the birria tacos from the Mexican restaurant here at the Dolphin. So I decided it was the perfect day to come try out all of this food the Dolphin has to offer. First, Blue Zoo. Here we are at Blue Zoo. Todd English is actually a celebrity chef, and I've only been to Blue Zoo one other time, and this is what we're here for. Like a wave of happiness, Todd English's Blue Zoo happy hour daily from 4 to 6 o'clock. And this looks like a little preview of what the menu is gonna look like. Now, like I said, I've only been to Blue Zoo one other time in the past, and I only got something to drink. So I'm not really sure what to expect here. I'm definitely not sure what to expect from the happy hour. I mean, not a lot of Disney restaurants have a happy hour. Most of the ones that you can find are gonna be over at Disney Springs. But here, since this is a third-party resort, third-party restaurant, looks like they've got a happy hour offering, which I'm very excited about. It looks like for the happy hour, you can either sit at the bar here or right across at one of these tables in the lounge. So I think I'm gonna head to the lounge. Now, I know outside of the restaurant, that sign says the happy hour is daily from 4 to 6, but I just didn't believe it. Usually happy hour is only like on weekdays. So I double checked with the hostess, and yeah, happy hour even on weekends. What a good deal. But let's take a look over this menu here. You can see they have a selection of cocktails, beer, and wine on their happy hour menu. And then also, of course, food. Let's look at the beverages first. We have this Zooberry cocktail for $8. It's like a little blueberry. That looks like it's gonna be really, really sweet. And then they have the Serenity for $9 with cucumber vodka, muddled strawberries, rosemary. That one sounds like it's more up my alley. Food-wise, we've got a couple of options here. There's a chef's choice of a half dozen raw oysters, shrimp cocktail, tuna tartare, crab nachos, olives, flatbread, and then tempura green beans. So this menu is definitely predominantly seafood. So maybe if you don't like seafood, this happy hour isn't for you. There's only 2 non-seafood things on the menu, the flatbread and the tempura fried green beans. So I definitely say probably come here if you like seafood. If not, it might not be worth it. And I did want to kind of pull up the regular lounge menu to see the difference in price that they're like giving you for the happy hour. So for example, the shrimp cocktail on the happy hour menu is $16. Regularly it's $22, so that's a pretty good deal. Then I came across the tuna tartare, which you can see here is $25 on the happy hour menu. And I don't know if they made a mistake or something, but it's the exact same price on the regular menu. So that doesn't make much sense to me. Then we've got the crab nachos here. Those are originally $30, and those are pretty much half off. Only $15, so that is a great deal. You see the flatbread is $10 for happy hour, $18 originally, so some pretty good deals, just except for the tuna tartare. Before we make any decisions on the food, I did order my beverage, and I got the Serenity. This has cucumber vodka, muddled strawberries, rosemary, lime, and pineapple for $9. Let's try this out. I'm hoping it's not too sweet.
But if you're buying for the
definitely really strong, which I am not mad about. It's definitely a fruity drink. I taste a lot of the cucumber, which I really enjoy cucumber in cocktails. It almost tastes a little minty. I'm not getting much of the rosemary, but I'm tasting a little bit of mint. Maybe that's just because this is a mint leaf on top, so I'm kind of like smelling it and it's like messing with my senses. But I'm getting a little bit of mint, but it pairs really well with the cucumber. It's a little fruity. It's not too sweet. It's definitely sweet, but not overly sweet like I think the other one would have been. It's pretty good. And for $9, a $9 cocktail at Disney, hey, I'll take that. Okay, so I just put in my food. I decided to go with the oysters. I've been on a massive oyster kick recently, so I couldn't pass up the opportunity to get some oysters. And then I also ended up getting the crab nachos. They sound really unique, and they were also my server's one of her favorite things on this menu. So I figured I'd try them out. Okay, so everything has come to the table, and I was really excited for this happy hour. I thought everything sounded really good. The prices were kind of right, but I gotta say, once it was brought to my table, I'm not as impressed anymore. And you guys know you're always going to get my 100% unfiltered, honest opinion on this stuff. And I gotta say, it just doesn't look great. And I watch a lot of his stuff, and he always says that like West Coast oysters aren't his preferred oyster, and I'm pretty sure East Coast oysters are like more popular, and they're supposed to be better. But I think this is going to be my first time ever having West Coast oysters, and these just don't look good at all. So I decided to read a little bit up online about like the difference, and they let me know that East Coast oysters are typically smaller, but these West Coast oysters that I received are the smallest oysters I have ever seen in my life, which I guess because it's happy hour, they probably take the smaller ones and give them to the happy hour guests, but they just don't look good either. I am a lemon and cocktail sauce person when it comes to oysters, so we'll put a little bit of that on there. I hope there's a lot of horseradish in this oyster, and we'll give it a go here.
Because now Anne, she's around, she goes, I do a little know something.
He reads a lot. He knows.
Definitely a lot of shell in there. And I'm definitely tasting the difference in the West Coast oyster. I don't know exactly how to pinpoint it, but it does 100% taste different. And not for the better either. I definitely am going to try another one before I give like my full opinion on these. So let me make up another one and try another one out. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think I'm a fan. Now these oysters are only about a little over $2 per oyster, but I would still rather pay $4 per oyster at Boathouse compared to this. I would not recommend these, and I would not get them again. Like, I don't know if I just don't have enough oyster experience, but I've never seen oysters like this. Like, there's like a lot of black pieces, and it's not just this one. It's every single one of them. This one in particular looks the absolute worst. Like, this looks... I don't know. I'll pretty much eat anything, but this does not look good at all. Like, I don't think I could eat this one. Well, I tried, guys. I don't know if it's just these oysters or if it's all West Coast oysters all together that I don't enjoy. But I really don't enjoy these whatsoever. It's making me miss my favorite local spot. I found this new oyster place. I made a TikTok and an Instagram reel about it. So if you don't follow me over on TikTok or Instagram, make sure you go do that right down Main Street on both. And I found this oyster place in Orlando, and it's so good. My roommate and I went last week, and it's a total dive. It's a total dive spot called Lee and Rick's Oyster Bar. But if you are looking for oysters in Orlando, that's 100% the place to go. We paid $35 for a bucket of between like 30 to 40 oysters. There's a chance we got even more. They shucked them fresh right in front of you. I've never had oysters for that cheap and that good tasting. I couldn't even believe how cheap they were. Because like I said, I'm used to paying like $4 an oyster over at the Boathouse. So I was just chowing down on some oysters, having a grand old time. I recommend you guys check that out. I believe it's only about 25 minutes from Disney property. So if you're looking for some good oysters coming on vacation, or if you're a local, trust me, Lee and Rick's Oyster Bar, go check it out. Well, we still have one more food left to try, the crab nachos. These have crab, black beans, pico, chimichurri, and white cheddar for $15. I tried to pick up a chip and didn't have much success. They're very, very soggy, but I have found a chip that is not soggy with some black beans and some crab on it. So let's try this out. I don't see any cheese on here, honestly.
Joe, I look at you as a lively, fully cognitive and earning. Why would you?
Is there cheese on here?
Why would you? You have every function.
I genuinely do not know if there's cheese on here.
You don't? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't.
Maybe it's not a cheese sauce and it's just melted cheese.
I thought it's like, yeah.
I'm trying to pick up a piece of crab with this chip, but it's just so floppy that I can't even pick it up because these chips did not hold form whatsoever. I'm gonna have to use a fork and knife to eat these. The flavor of these is really good. There's a decent amount of crab on here for the price. If I paid $30 for this, I would be pissed. This is not worth $30 at all. The chips do not hold up the toppings whatsoever. And I feel like if you're gonna have nachos on the menu, the chips should be able to hold up the toppings. These do not. Flavor's good, and I'm glad I only paid, what'd I pay? $15 for them. If I paid any more than that, I would be like, I can't tell if this is butter from the crab or oil, but I've uncovered a pool of some type of liquid here. It could be oil, it could be butter. It's not really showing up much on camera, but there's a lot of liquid under here. That could be why the chips are so soggy. If I'm being honest, I'm kind of disappointed in both of these dishes, and I would not recommend either of them. So maybe some other things on the menu are good. Maybe I just ordered the wrong thing. Next time I'd be interested in trying the pizza. I've seen a couple walk by and they look kind of good, but I did enjoy my cocktail. My cocktail is very, very good. This was easily the best thing. I could see myself coming back for a pretty cheap drink, or the pizza, like I said. I'm really interested to try that out. But these nachos are the perfect transition into our dinner tonight, which is gonna be actually just across the way at Rosa Mexicano. If you couldn't tell, it's a Mexican restaurant, so it's almost like we're getting a little preview of what we're gonna have in a little bit. I am definitely not one to leave any oysters on the table, but these two, they gotta go. Let's head over to Rosa Mexicano. And look how close they are. We literally have Blue Zoo right here. And then right across the way is Rosa Mexicano. So we don't have a long walk. All right, we have made it in here to Rosa Mexicano. And honestly, all the cast members here have been so helpful so far. As soon as I sat at my table, they gave me some recommendations, which I love hearing from the people that work here. The people that work here know these menus the best. So I want to hear from them what the best things on the menu are. And she said, I didn't even prompt this, the birria tacos are one of the best things. So I already told you guys I'll be ordering them, but I was trying to kind of figure something else out. I really like the vibe in here. It's very, very bright, especially when you compare it to Blue Zoo. Blue Zoo is very dark and blue, but it's very, very bright in here, and I kind of like the vibe. It also smells really good, and I'm seeing all the food on other people's tables around me. The guac looks fantastic. It's in like this huge bowl, so I don't think I could get it just myself. I think that would be ridiculous, but I might have to, I'm kind of tempted by a couple other things now after smelling how good it smells in here and seeing the things on other people's tables. Well, like I said, I think I'll be skipping out on a drink today, although I do love myself a good margarita. I've already had one today, so let's take a look at the food. We've got our guac here, and it's made tableside. Oh man, I'm a sucker for some tableside guac. $18 for a regular order or $32 for a double order. They also have some ceviche. And then here are the starters. A lot of this sounds really good. They've got a chicken tortilla soup here, some chicken flautas, some more nachos. Should I go the double nacho route? oh, empanadas. I love some empanadas. The Caesar salad. Oh, I love a good Caesar salad. I'm gonna be tempted by that as well. And of course, the queso. How could I forget? Our mains are right here. A ton of good stuff. A roasted half chicken, a ribeye, chili relleno, yum. Ooh, this sounds really good here. Rosa's signature crispy cracklin pork chop for $2. Oh my gosh, I gotta come back for that for sure. And then here we have some like mixed grill dishes for 2, 4, or 6 people. That sounds awesome as well. We've got some enchiladas and then an enchilada kind of sampler we got going on there. And the tacos, this is what we are here for today. A bunch of different kinds of tacos. They come with 3 per order. So $16 for chicken, that's actually not a bad price at Disney. $20 for shrimp tempura, $23 for strip. Tacos, duck carnitas tacos. Wow, that's super interesting. And we have our quesabirria tacos right here. Can't miss that. And we've also have some really interesting sides that I was seeing. They have a mac and queso, yum. And then they also have, where is it? Mexican fried rice, that's so interesting. And then they can also pour queso on anything for an additional $5. That was definitely a mouthful. This menu is absolutely huge, and there's no way I'm going to be able to cover it all kind of in this video. Like I said, I will be getting the birria tacos. That is the main #1 reason that I'm here. So many people throughout the year have been telling me that I need to come here and try the birria tacos. I am a birria taco expert. One of my all-time favorite foods are birria tacos. And since you could get them here at Disney World, I had to try them out, and I'm very excited to try them out as well. But I'm kind of deciding between getting some type of appetizer or side as well. The Caesar sounds really good, and I know Caesar salads kind of originated in Mexico, and they have a really good one over in the Mexico Pavilion, so I'm tempted on that. The mac and queso, of course. You guys know I love mac and cheese and queso, and I did ask, for the mac and cheese, they actually take their queso and kind of just put it over pasta, so that's another option. And then the Mexican fried rice, that just sounds so interesting. My favorite sight.
Salsa and chips.
Thank you so much. One of my favorite things to see at a Mexican restaurant. Free chips and salsa. I feel like chips and salsa being included in your meal is imperative to have a good meal at a Mexican restaurant. A lot of the restaurants at Disney, the Mexican restaurants at Disney, do not give you complimentary chips and salsa. And it's an absolute deal breaker for me. I feel like I could go to so many Mexican restaurants, local, amazing places, and get complimentary chips and salsa. That's so good. I don't like having to pay for it, you know? It should just be included. And here at Rosa Mexicano, it is, so I'm very happy. This salsa is roasted in-house, and it's looking and smelling delicious. Let's see how it tastes. That's good. It's really smoky. And I was gonna say it wasn't spicy, but then at the end it kind of hit you in the back of the throat with a little smoky spice. It's not, I wouldn't say it's like necessarily spicy, but there is definitely a certain spice smokiness to it that kind of has a little bit of a kick. It's not too spicy though. It's delicious. It's like I said, it's like so smoky. It's a very unique kind of salsa. I feel like most restaurants kind of just play it safe with their chips and salsa. Here they kind of went all out for it, and I enjoy it. Just as I was enjoying my chips and salsa, my appetizer came out, and I did decide to go with the Rosa's Own Caesar salad. This has romaine lettuce, avocado, chili spice croutons, cilantro, radish, and Caesar dressing for $15. This Caesar salad honestly looks so impressive, and my server did let me know that it's a pretty big salad, and I kind of wanted something a little bit fresher since I'm eating a lot of heavy food today, so I really wanted the salad. So I was like, you know what, I'll still do it. I asked if I could get like a half order of this salad, and you're not able to do that. You have to get like the full Caesar salad, but even at $15, I think this is a really, really good portion salad, and it has avocado on top. Usually they charge extra for that, but not here. I can't wait to try this out. I love Caesar salads, and if this is good, I have to tell my friend Sean, he loves a good Caesar salad too. Let's try it out. The dressing is definitely very interesting. It doesn't have any of that Parmesan or that like anchovy kind of flavor. The dressing is honestly kind of plain. It's not that bad. It's bad. I still think it's good. Let me try a little bit more here. Honestly, guys, the more and more I'm eating the salad, the more I am enjoying it. The avocado in here is an absolute game changer. I've never had avocado in a Caesar salad, but it is just so delicious. From now on, every Caesar salad I get, I'm adding avocado because it is, every bite that I get with avocado, I'm like, wow, that's amazing. And I love the radishes in here. Yeah, this is good. All right, post Caesar salad, my entree has arrived. And like I said, I got the birria tacos. That was the plan from the get-go. But I also saw something else on the menu that I couldn't pass up, the mac and queso. And I know, guys, I have been promising these birria tacos since the very beginning of this video, and I can't wait to try them. But I think the mac and queso we have to try first for ultimate cheese pull possibilities. Yeah, I'd say this is pretty cheesy. Let's try it out. Guys, this is so freaking good. Oh my God. Wow. Now, when I saw that they were serving their queso that I am sure is delicious with elbow macaroni noodles, there was absolutely no doubt that I had to try this out. And I can tell their queso is amazing because it's amazing when you mix it with this macaroni. You get a little kick, like the little peppery taste of like a queso. Like they have like maybe some green chilies in here. This is so good. I don't know, I expected it to be good, but honestly, I didn't expect it to be this good. You've got the baked cheese on top, and I thought it might be a little bit dry because it kind of looked like it from the top, but then once you kind of crack that surface, there is so much creamy melted cheese in there. This is phenomenal. If you're coming to this restaurant, you have to order this. And a lot of you guys may have found me from my mac and cheese series over on TikTok. I've tried pretty much every single mac and cheese at Disney World. I've ranked them all. This honestly, like, this might be this is in the top 5. This is in the top 5 without a doubt. Regal Eagle, I made a video at Regal Eagle the other day, and I was saying how the mac and cheese isn't the same. It's still good, it's not the same. If I'm kicking that out, this has made its way into the top 5 list. You have to try this. I love queso as it is, and I could just eat so much queso, chips and queso. Oh, so good, but mac and cheese, oh, with the queso, oh. Heavenly. I don't think I'll ever get over this mac and cheese, but we do still have to try what we actually came here for, the quesadilla tacos. These have braised Angus beef brisket with queso Oaxaca, cilantro, onions, and consomme on corn tortillas for $18. I am so impressed with my meal so far. Let's see if that continues. We'll go for a dunk in the consomme. I love a birria taco. The flavor here is on point. You get a ton of onion and cilantro flavor. Although they don't have that much like on top or for you to actually shove in your taco, you kind of get a lot of that flavor. You can tell that the beef was marinated for a very long time and cooked for a while. Like I said, super flavorful. I also really love the consomme. It's a little bit thicker than what I'm used to, but it has such a great flavor. The taco shells are really nice and crispy, just how I like them. My only complaint would be that I could use a little bit more cheese. When I get a quesadilla taco, I want a lot of meat, a lot of cheese. There's not that much meat. There's definitely not a lot of cheese, so I could use a little bit more of that. But hands down, these are the best birria tacos I've had on Walt Disney World property. You guys were all right. You've been telling me to come here for a while, and it finally happened. And I wish it happened sooner because I would have been coming here for a little bit longer. I would honestly compare these birria tacos to the ones over in Disney California Adventure at Cocina Cucamonga. They taste very, very similar, just like less oily. I feel like over there, they're way more oily. But in terms of like the meat and cheese ratio and just the overall flavor, I think they taste very similar, which is very high praise because I think the birria tacos over there are fantastic. I get them all the time. So yeah. These are really good. Now, are they better than like my local Mexican place that I always go to and always tell you guys about, El Tanapa? No, but these are still really good. Like, even in terms of like birria tacos in Orlando, I would definitely come here again and get these birria tacos. I am very, very thoroughly impressed with this entire meal here at Rosa Mexicano. Well, guys, after that meal, I have found myself sitting in a nice, cozy chair by the spa. I've got my mac and cheese to go. I could only take a couple bites, guys. I am absolutely stuffed, but I'm really looking forward to having some more of that later on tomorrow. What a night though, guys. Started off a little bit rocky over at the Blue Zoo. Didn't really care for my food. The drink was good, but that's about the only thing. At Blue Zoo overall, I'm not really feeling. However, Rosa Mexicano for the win. I wasn't expecting much with that restaurant, but I have been so pleasantly surprised. I would honestly give everything that I ate at Rosa Mexicano a 10 out of 10. And I can say it will be in my regular rotation of Disney restaurants that I go to. I highly recommend you guys check it out. Get that mac and queso, get the birria tacos, get the Caesar salad. It's all really good. And I'm looking forward to going back and trying even more of the menu because if I enjoyed all 3 things that I had today, I'm sure they have a lot of other really great stuff on the menu. So yeah, I'll definitely be back very, very soon. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Shout out to all of my Patreon subscribers that are listed on both sides of the screen. I appreciate all of you guys for supporting the channel. And yeah, if you're not already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We have a ton more food to explore here at Disney World, and I'll see you guys then. Bye.